Good morning, everyone. We are making some granola this morning. This is a Farmhouse on Boone recipe. She does all things sourdough. She's got amazing other recipes as well, but that is where I learned to start sourdough. It's been almost a year, I think. So I have a big jar of discard that's just been hanging out in my fridge for a few days now. I'm gonna use some of that. I got some new oats here, so we got to get them in a jar. And then I got little helping hands next to me. Can't do anything in the kitchen without my little sous chef. So we are gonna make some granola. Yeah? You excited? All right, so this is my first time actually using the steel cut oats. Normally I would get rolled oats, but I wanted to make the swap to steel cut, see what the difference is. Okay, but you gotta hold it, take this hand and don't cover it. Yeah, hold it like that. You got it, hold it. Okay, so we're gonna keep holding it. We're gonna put our sunflower seeds into a jar too, okay? You help mommy record? There we go. Are they all gonna fit? Mommy's always really bad at picking the wrong size jar. Oh, it's gonna be close. Not quite, but maybe we can use most of those today. Right on, good camera work, buddy. All right, so our recipe calls for 3 cups of nuts. She says any kind you want. I am going to do 1 cup of sunflower seeds and 1 cup of pumpkin. And then we're gonna do a cup of pecans. All right, put it in the bowl. Oh, pour it. Yep.
That'll cool it
there.
down. That'll cool that thing down, right?
All right, and dump the honey. Good job.
It's so gooey.
It is so gooey. All right. All right, so for the dried fruit, you can do any dried fruit you like. We're gonna try mango today. And there it is, all mixed up. So we're gonna pour that onto a sheet pan lined with parchment and then cook it 350, 30 minutes. I'm gonna stir halfway through and then it's done, ready to enjoy. All right, so we're gonna pop that in the oven and come back in about 15 minutes, give it a stir around and then put it in for another 15. All right, the granola is done. So funny thing, I'm actually just remembered I was supposed to add the dry fruit after it comes out and while it's still warm. I mixed it in and cooked it with it. I did that last time I made it and it was fine. So it is what it is. But now we just let it cool and then we break it apart once it's cooled. Breakfast is Greek yogurt with some blueberries from the freezer and granola. Yum, yum, yum. We are getting more snow. Very pretty though. And there's our little snowman. Just barely holding on. Hi everyone, it's Erin. December 5th, it's Friday. We are just sitting down to get organized, to get onto the Jingle Ball, get into a stitchy room and do some stitching. So I was just pulling out my project that I wanted to work on during the ball this year. And it's one that I started last year at the Jingle Ball. So it's officially a year old. It's Christmas Bells Sampler by a Heartstring Samplery. And I picked 20 count Embellish Atomic Ranch See, I have my nice little project card here that I actually filled out and put the information. Now, the only thing I didn't put on it was the threads, what I switched, because I did switch. I just started using whatever I had on my table from previous Christmas stitching for the colors. And I thought I didn't write them down, so I like opened up my portfolio here with it and I pulled everything out and I was like, oh my gosh, the floss ring isn't here. And so I just did I remember seeing a floss ring with just 2 red and 2 green, and I was like, that must have been it. And I'm searching everywhere. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? I probably grabbed the colors for another project. I came back here and I'm like, it's a digital pattern, so I didn't write anything on it. I'm a very physical, like, I want a pen and paper to take notes. I'm not a technology, like, I don't have the notepad going in my phone. I don't like shopping lists on my phone. I want like the physical paper, pen kind of thing. So I was like, if I don't have a paper pattern, chances are I didn't write down the color conversion I did. So I started to have a little freak out, but then I had realized that my project tag has all this information. It doesn't have my color changes, but I have all of my floss tags. And as you can see, I have stolen all the floss at some point or another. For other projects, I have no idea. Luckily, I have all my numbers. So I've got to go find my 2 greens, 520 and 522. And then the reds I chose are 356 and 355. And then this little one's not tagged, but I know it's 37.99. So a little charcoal black. And then I have for my gold, I ended up going with this one, C738. I tried all sorts of different ones, and I think I ended up coming back to this. That being said, I do believe now, I did start to pull out those bells that I had stitched in the other floss, and I think I left one in here. So strange, because some of it looks really sparkly and others are kind of very ghostly, but I think I kind of like that. Ooh. Also, if I cut this fabric to size, I'm hoping I just... revisiting a project this long from when you started it, it's not my favorite thing. I'm not gonna lie. So this is where I was sort of doing all my samples of the different shiny, sparkly threads for the bells in this project. And then this is the one that I had chosen. So you can probably see through. Let's see. That's a bit better. I don't have my other light on right now. Sorry. Anyways, that is... I have one over here that I haven't pulled out yet that I had stitched in something else that I will be pulling out. But this is how much I've gotten done so far. Now, call me crazy, but I want to try and finish this at the ball this year because I plan on spending a lot of time stitching. But this is a big project. So I don't remember at what point I started this last year, but obviously I didn't get very much done. Haven't worked on it at all. I think I maybe pulled it out one other day over the holidays or something and did a little work, but that's what I want to focus on this year. But see, this is what I was saying. I'm going to have to revisit the pattern and see, because I have all this extra space here. So my guess is that I gave myself a nice big, like 2 to 3 inch margin, and I just started it poorly, because that's also what I'm really good at, is not starting, is giving myself that extra fabric, but then not starting where I need to. The simple things, you know. sometimes. I'm hoping. Otherwise, I might have... It's almost square though. It looks, this is like a little bit, it's a little bit wider than it is long. So I'm going to go refer to the chart. I don't have it up yet. It's on my iPad. So I'm going to go pull that up and refer to it and make sure that I didn't write the stitch count down on my card either. So on my little thing here, I think I'm on the notes section. I'm going to go and put in my colors for my floss and the stitch count of the chart so that I have that there as a quick reference. But I wanted to come on and share with you guys what I had done so far on this, and then we can through the weekend of the ball we can have little check-ins and see how far I'm getting. And hopefully, did I just share the back of that? Oh my goodness, I hope I didn't, because that is the one thing. Honestly, this is probably one of my better backs, if I did share the back with you guys. If I was really concerned, I would go and edit that out, but I am not that concerned. But I am a traveler, so if you got to see that, that's yep. All right. I don't know why we're always embarrassed about that kind of stuff. We are who we are, right? My back is my back. Nobody else should be worried about it. You do how you like to do, and I like to travel. I will say, once I got in the habit of using the pin stitch, that's a game changer. If you have never used a pin stitch, search it on YouTube, find a tutorial and learn it, because that is a game changer, especially if you don't like to travel. It's wonderful. So I definitely stitch a lot different than I did even a year ago. So anyways, I want to get to stitching, so I'm gonna say bye for now. I didn't get a lot other stuff done today. I'm probably gonna, let's go do some stitching in a room, and then I'll come back and share maybe a little bit about, I don't know, whatever happens in the ball and where I've gotten. So I'm gonna jump into this. Where am I gonna start? I don't know, maybe continue down here. I'll probably leave that little bell to pick out another day, because I just want to stitch. So yay, I'm so excited. All right, so I am back from some stitching rooms. I'm having a lot of fun. It is so nice to just sit and stitch with friends. I have run into a few people and it's been wonderful. So I did do a little stitching on my Christmas Bells sampler. I didn't really get a lot done, but I did some of the leaves in here, and just kind of got familiar with the project again. So I've been doing a lot of 2-strand stitching lately, it seems, and this is 1 because it's 20 count. So that was a bit of a change to get back to, just that habit of how to start your threads and stuff. So that was a little to get going, just in that different style. I totally naturally started with 2 threads. So I got that done, a few things, and then I was kind of, one of my friends in the room pulled out her stitch that she started at Stitch New England last year when I was there, and I also started it. We had a big sale going for it, and I, in the same portfolio, have this project, my Christmas Bells sampler, and I also keep this other one, which is Autumn is as Joyful by Leela Studio, and it is also in the same bag. So, and I have my nice project tag there. I'm stitching this on 18 count Aida Pantone, which is a Roxy Flossco fabric. Yeah, we started that October 17th at Stitch New England, and it was a sale. So this is where I'm at. She was stitching it, and I thought it's a sign, you know, I've got it here in my portfolio, and this just got me a little more excited about getting to. So I'm doing this one now. So really all I've done so far is just a little in here I had to finish up, and then I started to finish this other part of the Quaker. So this is a page break here, and I had finished the green already, but I've decided to go up and start here because just over here gets into this, there's a squirrel Quaker and then some squirrels on top of the nut in the middle. So I kind of wanted to start working towards that. That kind of appeals to me a bit more than going down this way. So I'm going to move this way on it and go down. I checked on my, I don't normally, so I stitch on, well, I always forget what it's called, Markup RXP. That's what I use for my charts to put them in and cross off as I go stitching. I love it. It has all the different stats in there, how many stitches are in your project, where you are, percentage, hours spent. The hours thing is like probably never accurate because I always leave it unattended, you know, up and open. So I don't think the hours are always accurate, but I don't generally ever look at the percentage because honestly it's most of the time it's just more upsetting than helpful. So but I thought with doing this and seeing how far I can get on these projects, it might be kind of fun. So I did check the percentage when I started the Christmas Bells sampler. I was 20%, and when I put it away I was 22%. So woohoo, 2%. And then this one, when I started, I think it was 8%, which is like, how is this only 8% of the chart? I have so much more to go on here. And that stitching this and over here was like 1%. I'm now at 9. So I don't love that. I don't love looking at that. I don't need to be worried about what percent I'm at, but I just thought it'd be fun. I'll probably won't check the percentage again till the end of the weekend, but even then I'll probably be disappointed by myself. But I'm not worried about how much I get done. I just really enjoy connecting with people and being in the stitchy room. So I am going to finish this video up and connect them all together, put it up for you guys, and get back to some stitching. So hope to see you guys there. Bye. Happy stitching, everyone.